Hello and welcome to Vibe with Spice, a Black Leone production. And today I have the pleasure of hosting a few artists from the Caribbean. They were brought here by the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs. I would like to say a special shout out to the Ministry of, to the Minister, who is Nabeela Tunis. She is doing an amazing job. And these artists were invited over from the Caribbean to foster relations between Sierra Leone and the Caribbean, in terms of like-mindedness, in terms of upliftment. And today, I have the pleasure of having our very first guest on the show, and he goes by the name of Jah Thunder. Jah Thunder is a roots reggae dancehall artist. He's been doing his thing for quite a while, and he's a preacher man who's always talking about, upliftment, talking about social injustice, trying to preach to the people, to stay strong. And we have the pleasure of having him here. Hello and welcome to Vibe with Spice.
Blessed, blessed. Yes, so it's a greeting, Sierra Leone, Name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie I. Jah Rastafari.
Jah Rastafari.
Yeah, man, it's a way from home to home,
Yeah. We're going to have to talk about that. But let's talk a little bit about Jah Thunder. Who are you as an artist? Just tell us briefly.
Yeah, well, we have to start from where it began,
Yeah.
So first we have said Jah Thunder, doing music from going to school, doing class party, at the end of the year like December now you have party where end of school, everybody have parties, so from them time we're doing it. But officially how Jah Thunder get involved in music is when my cousin Capleton, Capleton the fireman, we are family, Yeah man, so when he come to town, from St. Mary, and then, but differently, I go in a place named Papine. That's where you have Brigadier Jerry, Mama Nancy, all those great artists come to, even Bob Marley. Because where I grow and born and raised is a place called Papine Tavern Drive.
Okay.
That's where you find the University of the West Indies. Also, Sizzla is from the same community.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like we live up the road, Sizzla live just around the corner, so it's a joy growing up, but that's how we grow. We're growing music,
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I can definitely tell that it is a part of you. And obviously, with all what's happening in the world right now, and, the kind of music that you do to uplift people, to preach about social injustice, trying to empower and uplift people. I would like to know, what really grounds you in terms of, your Rastafarian faith, in terms of, I heard that you were closely associated with the, the Judgment Yard.
Well, a life itself, yeah.
Of which Caesar Kalonji is also a part of, right?
Yes, true.
So, what grounds you as an artist?
Well, the life itself, the way how we grew up, we grew up rough, and we never have it easy, because we grew up with my mother alone. Because my father died when I was like 2, 3, turning 3, so we watched our mother be mother and father for we. So we couldn't, we grew up rough. So through the roughness there, make we know say, we have to stand up for something. We can't stand up for nothing,
That's what's up,
yeah. And standing up for something is standing up for life.
Yeah.
And there's nothing great as life, Yeah, man. So that's why we have
and
to
they say, if you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything.
All right.
Right, okay.
That is it.
All right. And also, with you being such a great artist, you have toured many, many continents. What is it about Sierra Leone that draws you? What is it about Africa that draws you the most?
Well, I'm telling you, Sierra Leone right now, where I'm at right now, it's like I'm in Jamaica. It's
How
undeniable. So? And anyone from Jamaica, people from Jamaica, you need to come to Sierra Leone. Then you see the connection, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. Also, I was in Guinea too, and I see a nice connection to CMA, but it's the same West Coast, it's the same people.
Yeah, it's the same people.
You know what I mean? Yeah, man, but Sierra Leone, I'm telling you, when you come, Jamaica people, the only thing you're going to miss is like your friends and your family, but the place, same thing. Same trees, same animals, same seasoning.
Yeah.
We can spice our food just like Jamaica.
And I found out that you Jamaicans love your food spicy too, yeah?
Yeah, you see it, guys. So right now I'm here with spice. I didn't know spice have all the spice.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
And obviously, I've also had conversations with other people from the Caribbean, and they have also expressed just how much Sierra Leone feels like home to them. So what are some of the similarities? I mean, you've talked about the seasoning of the foods and everything, but in terms of culture, in terms of social life, in terms of just connecting with the people out here, what are some of the things that remind you of home back in Jamaica?
Well, it's this self-reliance.
Yeah.
That's what I see going on here. where people, everybody do something. Everybody, you have to hustle to survive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to find something. Just like when you go up on the road, you see the jelly man, I chop him jelly.
Yeah.
And you don't say, yo, him have to go. We also go get him coconut them for bring coming out of the town. It's the same thing, you know? Yeah, so it's just right there.
All right, okay.
Yeah,
and as a teacher who preaches about upliftment, about, just trying to, preach better life for people, in order for them to stand up for themselves, in order for them to believe in themselves and everything like that. I mean, like, what are some of the things that stole your heart about Sierra Leone? I mean, like, with all your teachings and everything, obviously, when you came, you found out that you had a lot of fans, a lot of people, a lot of the youth on the streets connected with you.
Yeah.
And what are some of the things that you would
as
say,
like,
like,
say, the tribulation, we go through it just like Sierra Leone, you know what I mean? Yeah, the tribulation that we face growing up same way, so we easily connect through the struggle, because we all face struggle, you know what I mean?
So the connection, like, you feel it like it is like more through the struggle as a people.
Yeah, man.
So that means, like, we're gonna keep on spreading the message. We're gonna continue, like, try to do more. Right?
Same, so never stop.
Okay.
Yeah, man, because you see, righteousness is doing right, and righteousness, a man of right is God in flesh, and a man of wrong is Satan, you know what I mean? And you see, God never stop work, you know what I mean? So we as the youth on earth and the king and queen on earth, we could never stop work, you know what I mean? So job work have to go on, So we just keep the fire burning and keep moving,
Yeah. And also, as part of the One Nation Reggae Festival, a creative clinic was created for, creatives to come together, to share ideas and, like, do a little workshop. And you were part of that. Caesar Kalonji was part of that. Luke and I was also part of, like, so many other creatives that, came to Sierra Leone from the Caribbean. And also, of course, our own local legends also here in Sierra Leone were a part of that. Like, what was your experience, like, connecting with local Rastafarians out here?
Yeah, man,
and also,
first
like,
we have to give thanks for the tourist board, you know what I mean? We have to give thanks to Empress Nabeela, you know what I mean, who set it, you know what I mean? Because I'm telling you.
She's a cool lady,
yeah,
right?
Man,
She's a cool lady.
I'm telling you, bless up Empress. Yeah, man, bless up the Empress. I tell her, what she's doing, she's making back that connection which supposed to done from years ago. What Marcus Garvey, who set it from them time. So right now we there. We know that bridge there is strong and firm. Right. So that is the reason why Jatonda is here, Sizzla is here, Queen Africa is here, Christopher Martin, Luke and I, you know what I mean, and all of the diaspora, the whole Africa, whole Martha, you know what I mean, and the whole family,
Yeah.
Because unity is strength, without love nothing can happen. Without unity nothing cannot happen,
For sure.
Yeah, man.
So what would you say would be your message to the people of Sierra Leone?
Well, protect your place. Stay strong, never give up, love your brother and your sister, because without love nothing cannot happen, and everything will manifest from that. Jah will do the rest, because God only wants to see we moving together as one, then He will do the rest.
For sure.
There's nothing impossible. One at a time we could have fly as human being, you know what I mean? So we want to get back to that power there, but it have to come through love and unity. Where you look out for me, me look out for you. Nothing is not good for me, it's not good for you, you know what I mean? From it good for me, it's good for you,
For sure.
Yeah, man.
All right. And, like, what's the message do you think you will take back to Jamaica from Sierra Leone? I mean, like, you must have learned something here in Sierra Leone to take back to Jamaica, maybe spread it to your people, maybe invite them to come over. Like,
so
we need more people, right?
Yeah, man, there's so much. The love alone, you see the love alone and what we get from Sierra Leone, I'm telling you that embracement, I tell you, people need to come and get it, and they will have a different perspective to us.
And Sierra Leoneans are known for being lovely.
Yeah, man, Freetown, man. Yeah, Freetown, man. The place them Freetown, so you have to be free, man. Everything have to be free, man. Your art have to be free.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Actually, that's a different meaning to it, because usually, like, when people say, like, oh yeah, Freetown, they think, like, oh yeah, like, it is free, like, food should be free, water should be free. But that's just like, oh, like, just like joking around. But, like, just in the concept that you're using right now, like free mind, free peace of mind, like, free heart, free soul,
this is the place.
How you think mentally and all that, like, that's a different concept, and that's really, like, a good one.
Yeah, man, blessing,
All right, okay. So on that note, like, would you ever come back to Sierra Leone? I mean,
if I ever, I need a piece of land on the beach. Yeah, man. All right, now we have something to talk about. You see, we need the Empress now. You see, the Rasta community, we need to embrace it. The Rasta community, because there's a big community in Sierra Leone. And the world need to know that whenever time them come to Sierra Leone, they need to visit the Rasta community, because Rasta is love, Rasta is joy. You know what I mean? So whenever time them visit the Rasta community, people will support the Rasta, you know, Rasta thing will keep growing and growing and growing, because the nation after positive to move forward, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. So I big up the tourist board. More love and blessing every time.
All right. And what do you think, you know, as a Rastafarian who has traveled all over the world, and like, you know, you're here in Sierra Leone right now. Obviously, you know, like we have a lot going on in terms of like, you know, say no to Kush. You know, there's this anti-drug campaign going on right now, like say no to Kush. Kush is like a chemical drug. It is not like the marijuana. It is a chemical drug that is destroying, like, you know, lives of youth out here right now. So, I mean, like, what do you think should be done in terms of, like, you know, these
First,
things
we have to classify the thing when they're drugs is cocaine, crack, something that break you, not bill you. Right. You understand? But you see, herbs, which the Almighty grow. If God didn't want herb to be on earth, He will never put it on earth. Yeah. But the thing is, like, you know, a lot of the times, people tend to misuse these things. Yes. So even like if it was put on earth by God, like, you know, people will tend to misuse it. But now, like, you know, I feel like, yeah, definitely we do have bigger problems than like marijuana. You know, we have bigger problems like cocaine, we have bigger problems like Kush and stuff like that. So like, how do you think, like, what would be your advice, or like what would be your own opinion as to like how we were to move forward as a country? Yeah, well, you know, I'm a Rasta man. Yeah. I stand for natural, I live natural, just as how you see me, you know what I mean? I don't eat fish, I don't eat chicken, it's only herbs. So when I talk about herbs, I only don't talk about ganja alone. So right now with me, I will tell the youth them, you see, herbs is good for you. But you see, any other thing out of herbs, anything we add to herb or add to make herb, not gonna good for you. Yeah. You know what I mean? So would I tell you them stay far from drugs. You hear me? Stick to where you know. You hear? Yeah. Yeah. So when next are we expecting another album for him? Because I checked your history. I think you have about 3 albums and 1 EP. Is that correct? Yeah. So like, are we expecting something, or maybe like, you know, you might have gotten some inspiration? Yeah, I'm working on an album right now. Right now as we talk, we're working on an album coming soon by next year, and hopefully by August. Yeah, but we have an album out named Thunder and Friends, you know? Okay. Yeah, man. Big up Governance Music straight out of Switzerland, you know? They're so, like, do you think, like, maybe you might have gotten some inspiration from Sierra Leone? Like, you know, maybe put a little bit of Sierra Leone in the song? It's a must. Yes, it's a must. Yeah. It's a must, man. Yeah, man. Sierra Leone is a heartbeat place, you know? Yeah, man, because when you come to Sierra Leone, you have to beat, the drum have to beat. Oh, my goodness. From your reach. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Yeah, and you never want to leave, right? And music cannot do without drum, you know, because I say the drum is the foundation, that is the base, you know, everything you get from it. And Sierra Leone is so rich, like, you know, when we talk about our culture, I mean, like, you know, at the official launch, at the welcoming, like when you guys first came, you know, you saw all the traditional dancers, all the people, like, you know, doing the drums and everything. Like, you know, our culture is so rich, and I saw that a lot of you guys were really enjoying it because, yeah, like, man, it's the same thing like Jamaica. In Jamaica, every day they build a new dance. You have a new name for a new dance. Oh my goodness! Like, which artist said that? Jamaica New Dance, something. Was it Beanie Man or was it Busy Signal? Yeah. It was Beanie Man. Right? Yeah, man. So from ever since it's a part of the culture, you know. It is a way of life. But in a ska, you have a ska dance and ska, so from them time, from Bob Marley, them days. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, man. So and you also do it all, like, you know, you're into roots, you're into reggae, you're also into dancehall. Yeah, because we spread the message four corner, you know, no matter which rhythm come in. Doesn't matter, like, everybody's got to get it. Right. You don't discriminate. Never. Right. Yeah, man. So any rhythm at all, man, I could have an African beat, you know what I mean? Afro, anything, we're ready. All right. Yeah, man. Okay, well, it was a pleasure having you here. Thank you so much for the connection, for the link up, and definitely we hope to have you back in Sierra Leone. Yeah, man, because, it's a must. You know, it was a real pleasure. It was a real blessing to have you guys here to just share and connect with like-minded people. And of course, we'd like to say thank you very much to the Ministry of Tourism, to the amazing minister. Like, I feel like we should give her an award, or like maybe we should do like an after party after like One Nation, but whatever. I'm telling you, royal. She's royal. Okay. Yeah, so shout out to the minister. That's so Taurus Riley, you have to come here and sing that song for the Empress. Oh my goodness, that would be so awesome. And when I see him, I'm going to tell him, you know. Okay. Yeah, all right. Well, thank you so much. Blessings. Thank you so much for coming through. I mean, One Spice, Rastafari. Thank you so much. Jat on the roll.
Okay, so we have another guest with us here in the studios, and her name is Olimata Tal, and she is half African American and half Gambian, but she serves as a publicist, radio host, events manager. She does a lot of things, entertainment related, and she has a lot of connections. Like, she has worked with a lot of the Caribbean artists, and she's actually, she was actually a part of the team that came to Sierra Leone. And I understand she's also booking tickets, booking agents for Sizzla, and other artists. But anyways, welcome. Just tell us a little bit more about you, because I don't want to like go on and on. Like, yeah, welcome.
Let me make a correction. I'm not a booking agent for Sizzla, but I was a part of Sizzla's team for about 20 years.
Okay.
As his international publicist.
Okay.
But I have a company. My company is called Senjigen Production, which I'm CEO of. Senjigen and Wolof means sister productions.
Okay.
And I've been in the entertainment industry even before I started Senjigen Production from the early 90s in Atlanta. So I was the publicist that all the promoters would hire when they did their shows. So from 1999, I was working with Beanie Man, Elephant Man, Capleton, you name it. I didn't begin working with Sizzla till about 2002, when I was working on a project called African Consciousness with a Senegalese artist named Megan Dur. And from there, we produced an album with Sizzla, Anthony B, Tikan Jaffa Coley, and different artists from around the world. Just trying to bridge kind of what you all are doing in Sierra Leone, but from a musical point of view, bridging the gap between the diaspora and Africa. And it was a success. And from there, I met Fatis Burrow, Sizzla's manager, and he pulled me in to be able to do an interview with Sizzla for Source magazine. I was writing for Source. And then from there, me going back and forth to Jamaica, ended up working with Kings of Kings as a publicist, toured with them throughout the U.S., and Europe with Coco T and Marcia Griffiths, Barris Hammond, Max Priest. And then I got hired by IRA FM. Kaboom hired me to begin working with them as a research documentarist, and then in marketing and production. So that began my journey in Jamaica, but it started in Atlanta, and it also blossomed in the Gambia. We have a festival every year called the Roots Festival.
And it's really festival over there, yeah?
The Roots Festival is kind of similar to what you all have here. The International Roots Homecoming Festival was started in '96. My father was the first chair, so they would bring artists, they would bring revolutionaries, they would bring people from the diaspora, from Europe, from Africa, from United States, and so it was just all African people from the diaspora all over the world. So I've been, just
you've been doing
being
your
a
thing
bridge
like,
for a long time.
Yeah.
Whether as an activist or as a publicist in the music industry.
All right, and you have definitely put a lot of work in, like just dedicating your time and energy, like to working with all these artists. So like, how has life been, though?
Well, I started in...
You must have been like traveling like all over the country, all over the world and stuff. Like, look at you here in Sierra Leone now.
Right. Well, I started out as a performer in the performing arts sector when I was 13 years old in Selma, Alabama. I was a part of a group called BBAC, Black Belt Arts and Culture Center. And so we recorded...
What did you used to do? Like sing?
Singing, yes. Singing in the group and acting and dancing. And so we recorded our first album, well, my first album with them, The Children of Selma, in about 1992. So I've always had this love for arts, culture, performing arts, singing, dancing, writing, filmmaking, playwright, etc. It's just something that's inside of me. It's just natural. And so from there, I got thrown into the business. I was blessed to be in the music business. And from there, it's just been, like you said, just being able to work with all types of different talent, travel, work with youth, because I'm an activist as well. And I think one of the most important things is to keep passing the baton, keep training our youth, keep being a beacon of light for them so that they can, continue the work that we're doing from generation after generation.
Right, okay. That sounds very cool. I really admire a woman who puts her work in. I definitely, just like from how you sound, I can tell that you love your job. And that is what, that is what success means. You get to do something that you love, and you have been in the industry, you have maybe almost certainly done it all. right?
Well, you know, I wouldn't even call it a job. I would call it a way of life.
Yes, that's what I say too. That's what I say too, like a way of life, right? Like, yeah.
It's just like, I have a degree in Africana Studies from Georgia State University, and I've had regular jobs, 9 to 5. I was executive director of the National Voting Rights Museum in Selma, Alabama, and I've worked with different companies. I worked with IRE for 15 years, but there's nothing like having, you know, working in the field that you like to work in, whether it's your own business or it's working with somebody, you know. But for me, you know, I like to be the boss. Big ups to my girls, woman boss, you know. I like to be CEO. I like to be, you know, I like to bring people together. And don't mind me, I don't mind working with people if they have projects as a consultant. But I think that it's very important for women, especially, to empower themselves, to build businesses, to teach and train, and have a good staff that you can work with, people who can help, you know, create the vision and push the vision forward, you know. So, you know, we're just blessed, and you have to be a leader. You have to have leadership skills, and those are the things that I teach young people. I teach young people leadership skills. I teach them self-esteem. I teach them about African history, because for young people to be able to love themselves, they have to know who we are and how powerful we are as African people. You know, we teach them, we go into our culture and we pull from our culture and we create around that. We're not trying to plagiarize anybody's culture. We're not trying to steal from people, but African people, we're so diverse.
And we got a culture so rich anyway. So like, and there's so much that we, you know, still have to tap into.
Absolutely. We're very diverse people, you know, and we are the cradle of civilization, of humanity. We're the first human beings on the planet, you know, so everything comes from us and through us, and we have to understand our power, we have to understand our birthright, and we have to understand that we have to rise. We cannot continue to waddle in poverty. We cannot live in trash and environments that are not clean. You know, we have to educate our children. We have to teach them our culture. So, you know, we just have to remember our ethics, our values, and our principles as a people, as a culture, you know, our traditions, you know, embrace those traditions, hold them close to who we are, you know, and just keep on growing and preserving, you know, and continuing to resist, you know, continue to resist, continue to stay strong, and to keep on keeping our eyes on the prize.
Yeah. So what is your impression of Sierra Leone? I mean, like, I know that Gambia is kind of like a neighboring country to Sierra Leone, but I mean, like, what's your impression?
Well, it's interesting because to me, living in Jamaica, because of the hills and the valleys, it reminds me so much of Jamaica. Gambia does too, because we're all colonized by the English. So there's a certain prototype that the English use in every country that it colonized, you know, when it comes to infrastructure and things.
So that's why it's
kind
of similar, like Gambia is kind of similar to Sierra Leone.
It's all similar, but Sierra Leone specifically, because of the hills you all have, you know, we ride in some communities and I'm like, oh wow, this looks like Stony Hill, this looks like, you know, Papine,
it's one big Africa.
This looks like Augusttown, this looks like Cassava Peace, you know, this looks like, you know, Portmore, you know, so it's a beautiful, I love Sierra Leone, I love Africa, period, and I think whether it's Sierra Leone, Senegal, Gambia, Ghana, you know, South Africa, we have so many African people all over the world that, you know, there's enough space for everybody to welcome everyone home, wherever you want to go, you know, and so I'm thankful for the Ministry of Tourism here in Sierra Leone, the whole government, for welcoming us and for creating this vision, because we have to connect the dots, whether it's Jamaicans, whether it's Gullah Geechee, whether it's African Americans, whether it's other parts of the Caribbean, because we are all African people in the diaspora made up Sierra Leone, whether it was the poor blacks out of England, whether it was the 1,100 people that fought against what was happening in America, you know, to free the enslaved Africans, you know, those folks who ran, who fought and went to Nova Scotia, those loyalists, they came from the South, from Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, South Carolina, you know, that is what made Sierra Leone, those Maroons that came from Jamaica, that's what made Sierra Leone, those hundreds and thousands
and so that's Africans. Why it feels like home, right?
Right, exactly, those hundreds and thousands of Africans, enslaved Africans that the British interceded on those boats going through the Middle Passage. That is Sierra Leone. So Sierra Leone is this mixture of all these beautiful people from all over Africa.
Right.
So all of us want to be able to come to Sierra Leone and whether, and go all over Africa, because Africa belongs to all of us. And that's why we have to have a borderless Africa. We have to have Africa that's Pan-African. We have to have an Africa where we don't need, visas to go here, there, and the other, that we can all, no matter where we're from as African people, as Black people all over the world and the diaspora, that we can come home and those that are in Africa can go to other Caribbean nations without a visa and exchange, have these partnerships, and that is the vision that the minister sees here. That's the vision that we see in Gambia. That's what the vision they see in Ghana and South Africa, to build the bridges.
So it is time for One Africa.
It's time for One Africa. It's time for One Africa.
All right, okay. And, talking about women's empowerment, trying to uplift and, spread a message for women to stay strong, hardworking and stuff like that. Obviously, the One Nation Reggae Festival was initiated by the Ministry of Tourism. Shout out to the Minister, Nabeela Tunis. She's done an amazing job. And if you look around, a lot of her staff are women.
Yes. And they're young.
And they are young.
Actually,
they are vibrant. They are hardworking.
The whole government is a young government, and that's what's happening in Africa right now.
Yeah.
Majority of the citizens of Africa are 70% are youth. So we have to invest in our young people.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful to see that Minister Nabeela Tunis has such a great staff of women, and I also see that the president's wife as well. She's always out here doing things to empower women. So it looks like you all are having a culture of women empowerment, and that's something that we have to.
I feel like over the past few years there has been an awakening of women, because women have far evolved, from just existing in kitchens and bedrooms. Women are owning life. They're not just waiting for life to happen. They're making things happen. And obviously, with a woman like you in the industry, in the entertainment sector, doing all what you do, not just for yourself but for others. Not even only for the artists that you work with, but also for other people out there. The woman that you're trying to inspire, the women out there that that would aspire to try to be like you. It gives us hope to just keep trying. Because there's no way that there's nothing that we can do. We have to win. We have to excel at life.
Right.
We have to enjoy life.
Absolutely.
It should be part of our equal rights, if you want to call it that. We have an equal right to enjoy life.
Well, because there's a saying that I've heard many times. They say that you judge a nation by the status of the woman, and that is very important. If the woman are downtrodden and oppressed, the nation is downtrodden and oppressed. If the women are succeeding and they're educated, the nation is succeeding and they're educated. If you look at Namibia, right now Namibia has a woman president, a woman vice president, and a woman prime minister. Women, we have always been the bedrock of communities. We may not always get the credit, you understand, for the work that we create, and the success that we build. We always build our men, we always build our communities, we always build our families. And so that's why we have to always make sure that
take care of ourselves
that policies are available to make sure and ensure and protect women, so that there is equality in society. Because a lot of times in society, things can be unequal and imbalanced. So when people talk about equal rights, a lot of men get angry. I don't want to hear about feminism. I don't want to hear about womanism. I don't want to hear about equal rights, because sometimes maybe they may feel intimidated. That they lose their rights. But I think for me, I'm not a feminist, I'm a womanist. And if you study the history of feminism and womanism, womanism includes the black man. It doesn't push the black man away. We work together, we fight together. In feminism, the white woman wanted us to forget about racism, you understand, and run with their movement. So black women came together like Mary Shelley Carey.
We still got a war to fight.
And said, okay, we're going to fight for equality for black women, but we're not going to forget that there's racism and there's oppression of our black men and our children. So there's different philosophies when you look at feminism. As a
womanism. Actually, I think I like that better.
And that term was created by one of my mentors, Aminata Umoja, in the 80s, through the New African People's Organization and the Malcolm X grassroots movement. Because our movements, they evolve. I told you I was an activist. I've been an activist since I was 13. So, we have to empower our sisters empower women in leadership, support them financially, you know, help them build businesses. There are micro businesses everywhere, all over our communities, where women on the corners selling cashews, fruits, you know, in the restaurants, in the homes, you know, wherever we may be, we must make sure that we have policies to create and protect them from domestic abuse, from FGM, female genital mutilation, and all the different things that oppress women. But at the same time, remember our men, our kings, our fathers, our uncles, our sons, and make sure that we protect them as well.
Sure. I think that is a strong enough message to send to the people of Sierra Leone, also including the government. So, like, you know, what would you say you're taking out of Sierra Leone to go back?
I'm taking a lot of love and a wonderful experience. The hospitality has been impeccable. Again, I want to thank the Ministry of Tourism. What I'm taking away is a lot of love and wonderful experiences.
Enough love for you to come back?
That's right.
Yes.
I want to thank the Ministry of Tourism, Minister Nabeela Tunis and her whole staff. I want to thank the whole government of Sierra Leone, President Bio, and his beautiful, beautiful wife, the First Lady Fatima Bio, and of course, you know, the Gambian side of her. I'm here to represent, and their sisters and brothers out of the United States, and just them bringing everybody together. Something like this costs a lot of money. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of hard work and a commitment.
A lot of effort, a lot of teamwork also.
And sometimes everything's not going to always go right. So what I say to the Ministry of Tourism and the government is, you know, thank you for this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful occasion to bring everybody together. We hope to see you all next year. It's going to be bigger and better. We've learned, we've had a few hiccups, but that's okay. It's going to happen on your first time, and every year it gets better and better and better. And just be unified, unified as a people, unified as a government, unified as a nation, and we look to see it bigger and better next year.
Oh, thank you so much, and I'm sure that we all cannot wait for One Nation Reggae Festival. You know, when I met Christopher Martin, I told him, like about 5, 6, 7 years ago, every Thursday morning, I used to have this friend, and we would do like a reggae devotion, you know, play all our favorite reggae songs and just like, you know, just chill, like, you know, do some meditation and everything. And I told him, I said, I used to say to my friend, like, you know, if Christopher Martin were to ever come to Sierra Leone, I would pay VVIP tickets, put my sunglasses on and go lay on that stage. Nobody, no feet move me. I swear to God. And like 5, 6, 7 years later, he's in Sierra Leone. Definitely, you know, we're going to say thank you very much to the Ministry of Tourism because, like, you know, they made that happen. And definitely we cannot wait for next year. Like you said, next year is going to be definitely bigger and better because now, you know, we know that it can be done. And so, like, you know, ahead of next year, we will get more support, hopefully. I'm sure that we'll get more support, we'll get like more teamwork in order to make it like an even better success. So I'd like to say thank you so much
for
coming
through. Thank you, Sierra Leone, for having us. The whole delegation is so happy, and everybody's on their way home. You know, big ups to Sizzla Kalonji. You mash up the place, Dada.
Oh my
Queen
goodness.
Africa, yes, my big sister. I'm so proud of you. Christopher Martin, you mash up the place till you mash up the place.
Literally.
Literally.
Yeah.
Lucas A, big ups, Jat Thunder. Always make you wonder.
Thank you so much.
So
Thank you so much for coming through.
Me.
All right, so I hope you take care of
life.
yourselves, and we hope to see you again next year. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Okay, so we have got our Caribbean people representing in the studios today, and I have the pleasure of having Leone. He's actually one of my favorite people from the team. I hope nobody else gets jealous, but anyways, Leone, welcome.
Blessed love, Spice. Nice having me. Holy Emmanuel, Selassie Jah, Rastafari.
Blessed.
Yes, it's a pleasure, more than a pleasure for me being in Sierra Leone. And I must say, first and foremost, I must give thanks for the Almighty, for life. And then next, I must give thanks for Jah Thunder to gave me this opportunity. So I could get such a great experience. Being in Sierra Leone, Freetown.
And you also got a Sierra Leone name. What's your Sierra Leone name? What's your Sierra Leone name?
Yeah, I got this new name, Santigi. I got this new name in Sierra Leone from this brother, you know.
Okay, so your Sierra Leone name is Santigi.
Yeah, my new name.
So you're gonna add that, like, okay, so it's gonna be Lukanai,
AKA
Santigi.
Yeah.
All right, okay, so like what has your experience been like in Sierra Leone? Obviously, I know you've had a time of your life, you know, you've had a good time and stuff, but like, you know, coming from your lips, like, you know, what has your experience been like?
Well, I've learned a lot. I learned a lot, and it's a great experience. And what I've learned, it can take me further in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so that's good, okay. And what is your message to the people of Sierra Leone? I mean, like, you know, you've connected with like the locals, you've connected like with other creatives like you have connected with, you know, high dignitaries and other people like that. So like what would be your message, or what's the message you think, you know, that you have gotten from people of Sierra Leone?
Well, I came and saw the love. All I have to say, keep the love flowing more.
Right.
And whatsoever you do right, keep doing it more. And unity is strength, and that is one of the greatest things. And you don't know love, sharing and caring. That's the way you activate love.
Yeah.
So I feel it.
So let's talk about your life as an artist. I mean, you were part of the One Nation Reggae Festival. You were part of the team from the people from the Caribbean to come here to Sierra Leone. What was your experience like on stage? Because you were on stage doing your thing. You know?
Well, the people was interacting with me, and you don't know.
Yeah.
And that is the greatest thing for an artist.
Yeah, the connection
having
was there,
the people,
right?
yeah, the connection. Yeah, man, I saw, oh my God, I overwhelmed. yeah.
Right.
Get a lot of love, absorb a lot of love from the people.
And the love is real, it's
They are
never
very
fake.
joyful people. I can feel them all. Yeah, and I brought full joy all of the artists' work. Yeah, I full joy their performance.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're about to leave to go back to Jamaica, and you have been to a few places. You visited Bonds Island. You have visited the big markets, like where you can get all like the local things and stuff like that. What do you think about, like, you know, the social, cultural side of Sierra Leone?
Well, it's very great. And it's very entertaining, and it's empowerment and resilience. So, make you strong, you know, push you further to the future.
All right.
Yeah, and historical, it's very painful.
Would you like to build a relationship with Sierra Leone, like, you know, be part of the team that comes back next year and the year after that, you know, like, maybe get a family in Sierra Leone, because, like, you know, you say it feels like home, right?
Yeah.
So maybe, like, you should, like, you know, adopt some cousins, some uncles, you know, some brothers and sisters, Santigi.
I already did. And what I would tell my people in Jamaica, the least opportunity or the first opportunity they get, come and see it for themselves. Words alone can't explain.
Yeah.
You got to come and see it for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully, like, you know, get more people to come next year, and, you know, get more places to visit and everything, because, I mean, like, you were only here for a short period of time, even though, like, a lot was done in that time to showcase, to show you the past of Sierra Leone. But there are still so many things that we, you know, that we are yet to show you. And it would be nice for you to come back and explore some more of Sierra Leone, because, you know, there's so many untapped joys, so many untapped, like, you know, the little things, like the simplest things that would just make you feel so at home.
I'm ready for that.
Yeah.
I'm ready for that anytime. And I must big up Empress Nabeela, the Minister of the Tourism Board and the Culture Affair. Big her up, and we must strengthen her and keep her strong, you know, motivate her.
Sure.
And, you know,
all right,
recognize her.
Sure.
More.
She deserves that. Thank you so much, Lukanai, for coming through. Blessings.
Thanks
It was a real
again,
pleasure.
Spice. It's a wonderful
Thank you.
blessing.